Yonder spoilers reveal the quiet hospital room is broken by the sudden sound of a heart monitor speeding up. Phyllis Summers wakes up from her long sleep, eyes wide open, trying to grasp reality. Her return leaves Sharon Newman standing by her bedside petrified, her heart filled with fear. Sharon knows that if Phyllis remembers everything, her dark secret will be exposed. Sharon seems to lighten up a bit when the doctor announces that Phyllis has lost all memory of the accident. This may be the only ray of light in this dire situation. But will this memory loss really last? Sharon can't help but worry, because after all, she was the one who confessed to the police that she was involved in Heather's death. The quiet room at Genoa City Hospital suddenly becomes suffocating when the sound of Phyllis Summers' heart monitor rings out loudly. One of the city's most resilient residents has just woken up from a deep sleep, carrying both hope and uncertainty. For Sharon Newman, this moment is like a double-edged sword, hanging over her head, waiting to fall at any moment. Sharon's mind is in turmoil. She stands in the corner of the room, watching the woman she once considered her greatest rival now become her most dangerous threat. Does she remember anything? That question haunts Sharon's mind, making her more and more restless. But the answer Sharon receives from the doctor makes her breathe a sigh of relief. Phyllis has lost all memory of the accident. However, is that memory really buried forever? In another development, Sharon's ex-husband Nick Newman does not completely trust her. He cannot hide his suspicions, thinking that the drug Sharon used may have caused her to act blindly and lead to tragedy. Sharon, however, firmly denies any attempt to frame Phyllis. Chaos in the Summers household. Daniel Romalotti rushes to find Elena Dawson to request medical assistance. In the hospital room, Summer Newman and Lucy Romalotti, Phyllis' niece, enter, heavy with worry. "Will Mom remember us?" Lucy whispers softly, her eyes filled with fear. But when Phyllis weakly calls their names, the hospital room seems to light up. Memories of the family are still there, even though the details of the accident are still vague. Elena carefully checks Phyllis's condition, making sure she is stable before telling everyone the good news. The tension seems to ease a bit when Summer calls Nick, informing him that her mother is awake. Nick immediately vows to come right away, to see the woman who was once his world. Phyllis is relieved to hear that Daniel has been cleared, but her unease is not gone. Daniel and Summer tell their mother about Sharon's confession, that she caused Heather's death and blamed Daniel. However, the story does not end there. The appearance of Chance Chancellor, the detective investigating the case, brings the story to a climax. Chance begins to interrogate Phyllis, hoping to elicit more memories from her. Although still disoriented, Phyllis gradually remembers small pieces of the fateful night. She remembers the collision, the fear that gripped her as the car spun out of control, and the vague image of someone forcing her off the road. But the identity of that person remains a mystery. During her conversation with Chance, Phyllis repeatedly criticizes him for ignoring her previous accusations against Sharon. But the news that Sharon has been released on bail with the support of attorney Michael Baldwin leaves Phyllis stunned. Anger flared up in her, her eyes shining with determination. "I will remember who forced me into that deadly path. And I swear, I will make Sharon pay," she exclaimed. Although Phyllis's memory has not yet fully recovered, her determined gaze is proof of her determination to find the truth. Sharon can breathe a sigh of relief, but she knows that she is walking on a thin line between justice and lies. Darkness still surrounds the accident, but one thing is certain: the battle between Phyllis and Sharon will continue. Will justice belong to the truth, or will intrigue obscure the light? Phyllis's loved ones, especially Daniel and Summer, can only hope that the return of memories will not hurt her again. This fateful confrontation will change everything, bringing with it secrets, conspiracies, and bitter prices. Phyllis, once a broken woman, is now coming back stronger than ever. Elena finishes checking on Phyllis and delivers some positive news. Everyone is relieved, but Phyllis still feels lost. Her eyes waver between her loved ones, while her mind wanders between the past and the present. Things will get worse for Sharon before they get better, but some big developments will change everything sooner or later. Subscribe to Yonder for the latest news on our channel.